Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open Tier 2 Championship in Martensville, Saskatchewan. We're about 7 draws into the event now, and there's a lot more to go. It's only Wednesday evening, and we end our coverage on Saturday after the semifinals, and the finals will be played probably on Sunday in the big rink. My name's Jim Nix. I'm going to be joined here shortly by Matt Sussman. He just had to do a reboot to get in. And we have tonight, or this afternoon rather, Kevin Cooey taking on Lukas Klima, both teams at 0-1, both wanting to win the game. You play 4 games in the round robin here, but you don't like to get to 2 losses this early because sometimes 2 losses is too many anytime. Should be a good one, though. I don't know too much about the Klima team. I've seen them a couple of times, maybe over the last couple of years. Kevin Cooey, everybody knows and is familiar with, as with most of his team, really. So they have a little bit of a lineup shuffle over the last couple of years. It's shuffled a couple of times, but you now have Aaron Sluchinski, and I want to say throwing second stones here, but not 100% sure that's correct because it looks to me like he might be playing lead. I will have to see. Maybe they're only playing with 3 tonight. We've had a lot of people play with 3 in this event. It's such a long event. It starts so early that a lot of these teams played last weekend as well in Swift Current. So it's not always like they have enough. And it does look like they're playing with 3 this evening. So that explains why Aaron was throwing. Aaron would normally be the second stone. Tonight he's going to be the lead, throwing 3 stones. Tyler Tardy will be the third, throwing 3 stones. And Kevin Cooey, as usual, will be the skip, throwing 2 stones. Time clock's in effect at this event, so the game should move along fairly well. I believe they have a couple of timeouts. So Sluchinski now, I have a hard time getting that word out all the time. Looking to throw up a center guard, I believe, or he may have been coming right in. We'll see in a second. Klima with hammer here in the first, having won the draw of the button. I think they were actually going in the rings, but they're going to end up with a semi-corner guard, which is certainly not the preferred outcome for Team Cooey here. Ice has been good in Martensville. Just finished a game earlier today with Dirksen and Maeda, and it was quite good. Lots of curl wherever you needed it. Fairly straight if you throw up weight. And looks like decent speed as well. So it's usually good here. We've been here a number of times over the last couple of years since I've been involved, and I certainly have never finished a game or an event here and thought like the ice didn't allow us teams to do everything they wanted to do or more. So come around the corner a little deep. Let's see where Kevin goes here.
Hey, Jim, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How you doing, Matt?
Hi, thanks. Had some technical difficulties, but we're back up and running now.
Perfect. And we're just getting started. We're about halfway through here in the first end. Nothing really new. You're looking at what it is. Klima with hammer here in the first, and Cooey playing with 3. That's as up to date as we need to be, and both teams are 0-1 right now. So
that's all you need to know. We'll figure out
that's
right?
all. Yeah, that's all we got. Yeah.
I think this is the first time both of these teams have played. I was looking it up. I don't think there's been any skip-to-skip history between these two. So
yeah,
they not know each other.
No, and not surprisingly. I've seen Klima a little bit the last couple of years, but I don't know exactly when or where. And Kevin has been on the big circuits for most of those years and most of that time, so he might not have run into each other, as you say. So it's interesting.
Yeah, Klima's basically stayed in Europe. Obviously, that's where they're from, and most of their events come from there. They are going to be in the Olympics, so that's exciting for them. I think that's the first time their men's team has ever qualified. So
that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming for them for sure.
Yeah, no, that's good news. Yeah, I thought that they were pretty good players when I saw them last time, but then I know that they've gone through a few losses along the way, but everybody does when they're kind of coming up and in, and to make the Olympics is awesome. Sitting 2 here right now, well spread apart here in the first end for Lukas Klima. Tyler Tardy, left-hander. Playing third now. He played second for a while, and then he threw third for a while, and Aaron still holds the broom. I think you'll see Aaron hold the broom for Kevin Cooey, and he's got to work hard to get this one over there. It's going to be close. Get enough? Will not.
I think it did touch it, though.
Yeah, that one hurts, eh?
Just a whisker. Yeah, nothing out of that one.
I'm not really too sure why Kevin would even go after that one, to be honest. They're pretty even. I mean, it's a little on the higher side, but why not just hit the open one anyway? And I don't know, maybe he was afraid of him ducking another one around. I don't know, but I would hit the open one if it had been me. So
it is hard to. I do agree. It is hard, however, for Klima here to kind of space them all out, and he's looking back 12 trying to avoid a double. But I think with Kevin's ability, he's going to be able to keep it to 2 at max.
Yep. Yeah, he doesn't miss too many double opportunities, Kevin. No matter, as long as they're on the same sheet, he's usually okay to make it. So it looks like third stone would be Marek Chernovsky for Team Czechia from Prague. Always a place I'd like to get to. And he's going way back on this one. Got what he wanted, so Kevin's going to play the double with Tyler.
Yeah, again, not really a good place to leave any sort of very tough double. This is not easy, but it's definitely there. Yeah.
Good thing for Klima, probably rolls out if he makes the double, so he'll either be able to duck around again or split the house again. He's got to hold it, though. Not going to make it, I don't know. He did not make it. So an opportunity again for Team Klima to spread them out. What do you think, Matt? Way over same place?
I think they're looking to go a little bit further out if possible, that stretch that slash double a little more. And that might make them just hit an open stone if possible.
Yeah. So Chernovsky now with his second stone. Here in the first, as we said, Klima does have hammer and sitting pretty nicely right now with no danger anywhere. Just need to make sure this one gets on, first of all, and it will.
Should be there. Should be even with that one underneath the corner guard.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty looking rock spread if you're the opposition here. So
yeah, if you were to space 3 rocks apart, I don't think you could do much better.
No. Yeah, it's not often that idea of carrying them down and put them where you want is the same as what you got.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Kevin Cooey, who has made a few of these in his career and continues to make these in his career, so he's will be looking to make the double here. Tyler Tardy alone on the brush. I think this is coming up too much too, to be honest, and it will.
Yeah.
So he's only going to get one more crack at that double before he drops a 3-ender here in the first.
I think the difficult shot that made this all possible was that draw to the back 12, which is just one of the hardest spots to place a rock. Not only because you don't do it very often, but you also have an opposition sweeper trying to make it a little worse for you. So that was, I think, the one that kind of put this all together.
Whoops, had myself shut off there. So yeah, I agree exactly with what you're saying, Matt. It's just that's a super hard shot to throw, especially in the first end this early, and to try to draw the back of the 12-foot is not easy. So Lukas Klima now will look to put it back over in the same spot, really as high as they can and as far over as they can. Really, the trick here is just to get far enough over that Kevin can't stay or anything on his. And the double becomes that much harder. They got to get this there, though. Got to get there.
Should be there.
Yep.
Just
Still trying to
the
work
same
it
spot.
over.
Maybe a little more.
Yep. Yep. Well done. Great first end here for the team from Prague. Kevin's going to not have much choice, really, but take one more run at the double. I'd expect him to make this time. I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
Yeah, give Kevin Koe 2 chances at the same shot. He'll make one of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Just a little more ice this time. This is a slightly different angle as well. It's a little deeper, so it's a little, what do you call it? Thinner, thicker? It's hard to tell with these, but
yeah. It's I just got a little curl. I mean, he's throwing pretty good weight at this, and the last one came up a little tiny bit, so we'll see how he gets along here. Just trying to hold it straight. I don't know. He's going to be closer, and he will make the double. So success for Kevin Koe. Will end up giving up a 2 probably here, but that's the best he could do, really. The whole end shaped up that way. There was no real opportunity to get out of it until that shot, or until the last shot before that, I suppose.
Yeah, again, best that Klima could have done to space him out. I think he kind of knew the worst that if he just made all the shots, he's scoring 2, possibly 3. So I think they're pretty happy with his start so far.
Yeah. So he's changing the spot here. It should be in the draw path that they practice, but and for the draw to the button. Some people might think, why not throw the exact same shot? And nothing really wrong with that either, but they were going so far out that there's just not a lot of circle left out there when you get out there. So, like I say, this shouldn't be too much of a challenge because it's not a place that they haven't played.
Going right in there.
So Lukas Klima will pick up a big 2-ender to start this one against Kevin Koe. You're watching on Curling Stadium. Jim Nix with Matt Sussman, bringing you this one from Martensville. We'll be back right after the break.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So we are back to the Martensville Curling Club, where Kevin Koe is taking on Lukas Klima. And Klima with hammer in the first end did pick up his deuce. So couldn't have been any more of a textbook perfect end for Team Klima in that first end, Matt.
Yeah, they just kind of spaced the all their stones around the 12-foot, made them as hard as possible for a double. And Cooey and his other two players were just chasing the entire time. So they finally got a crack at a double, made it, and that's the story so far.
Well, yeah, for a while there, for about 4 rocks in a row there, it looked like there was a very real chance at 4, or 3 rather, and Kevin had to make a double on his last one to prevent that. So up goes the corner guard for Kevin Cooey after Team Klima put theirs in the house. That would be Lukas Klima, who put the one on the button or just above the button. And now we'll put the center guard up, and that's perfect. So pretty nice shots for the lead.
Lukas Klima and Lukas Klipa. I'm sure they don't get that confused at all.
No, I know. Yeah. I might get it backwards before the end of the night, so there's at least a 50% chance of that.
And you wouldn't be the first either.
No. So Tyler Tardy now trying to get this Sluchinski stone around this center guard. He's a little bit on the light side. Tyler's not going to quite be able to get it all the way in, but not bad. Actually, even after the little rub, it seemed to glide a lot further than I thought it would.
Yeah, good job holding that, not crashing on that guard too much. It's very usable.
Yep. So Martin Jurek, could be Jurek or could be Jurek. I'm not sure. We'll go with Jurek, I think. It's coming around on the out turn. A little bit of a bounce, but not much, so he's okay with that. Remind everybody, we do have one more game this evening at 8:30 local time, and Christina Black will take on Kate Cameron. And then tomorrow we have a full slate of games starting early in the morning until late in the day. So keep an eye on that. We'll fill you in a little bit more as to what games those are. Aaron Sluchinski now. Aaron, for those of you who don't know, did skip a team of his own in Alberta to the Briar back a few years ago. And then a bit surprising to people that don't know him or his team was when he decided to pack that in, or they decided to pack it in. He moved over and played with Kevin Cooey, but it's probably not a bad ask when you're asked to play with Kevin Cooey. So
I think it's considered a compliment to basically anyone.
Yeah.
And I think they found a good spot for him in it as well. I know going from skip to any other position takes a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah.
And he's typically when Kark Martin's here, I believe Aaron throws second stones and holds the room.
Yeah.
So this is not too much of a difference for him now, but it seems to have worked. They've had kind of an up and down year, but it seems to be working.
Yeah. Another draw coming in, complicating the center as much as they can here. Klima does have shot rock right now. Not sure who's number 2, but there we go. So he's just number 1. Yellow's number 2. Thank you. I think Kevin's got to hit something here.
I'm sure he will. Problem is those yellows are staggered the wrong way for him now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's going to lose. He might be able to keep one of his, but that's all. Tyler Tardy now. We'll try to throw a little bit of weight at this and open things up a little. Throwing the intern for Tyler, being a lefty. Well, probably helps a bit. Managed to keep his own in the rings at least.
Yeah, 2 reds are gone, so that's a positive.
Yep. Klima giving this some thought.
Might be a double back.
Yeah, I don't know if you will get both of them or not, but you might go right over the top of the other. Just leave nothing but reds left, to be honest. Might be worth a go, but he's not going to do that. He's going to play the outside one, try to just hit and flop in. This is probably kind of a board weight shot. I don't know if that'll be enough ice for board weight, but he might be throwing more than that. Third stone, Marek Chernovsky. Trying to work it over now. It's going to be pretty good. Didn't quite get in, but still not a pretty setup for Kevin Cooey.
You can make an easy double with those top two reds if you just hammer your top yellow there, don't you?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, definitely.
That leaves two in the house pointing right at shot stone.
I mean, it fits through there that Kevin's looking at, but I don't see the benefit in trying to get that through. You're probably going to go tick and might get it, but you could also bump the yellow, just bump it right up through that hole and leave your shooter out there. And there's another rock and play, but he's going to go after the red, the outside red that Klima just threw. Tyler's out turn this time. I think it'd be too long before Tyler Tardy skips his own team. This is going to be on the top yellow. Well, again, not terrible.
Yeah, that was more the shot that I thought they should have done by hitting more of the yellow, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
still works.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that for sure. So we're going to have to get across the face on this one. Try to just pop it through the left-hand side and flop behind the center guard. Chernovsky. Oh, going hard early to carve it. It's going to be hard pressed to get it over far enough, but getting there. Won't quite get there. It's a hard shot, eh, man? When you got to go across the top like that, it's just hard shot to the eye to throw that shot and be confident on what weight you're going to throw. So
yeah, it's not good either way that you miss. So you got to be precise, and yeah, moving it over just didn't quite work there.
No. So the only good news for Klima is that Kevin Cooey can't play the hit and roll on to the inside because he'll jam on his own. So I think he kind of has to go high side and roll while he's showing us right there, really, somewhere in that neighborhood. Kind of due to Klima, what Klima did to them the last end.
Right.
Tyler Tardy once again. Sluchinski cleaning this. This may not stay. Might hang on. And he will.
Just.
Yeah. Not by much, but it did hang on, which was important.
A couple of rocks down that sort of 4-foot line that tracked a little bit on both teams, really.
Yeah. So Lukas Klima now has about to throw his first here in the second end. Early on in this one. Amazingly enough, this event is dead on schedule, so whatever the weather's been doing hasn't prevented everybody from getting to where they have to be, at least. Klima, I would imagine, looking for the roll behind the guard.
I think that's what they indicated, and that would make sense to me.
Yep. It's especially without hammer. On its way. No set wouldn't be horrible. It would not be an easy double. I don't think you wanted to go over there. If you wanted to go over there, you wanted to go all the way over there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of weight for that shot for what he's trying to do. I don't think he had to be quite that heavy.
Yeah, chance for Kevin here to double those and roll the other way, and now your two split.
Yep. So interesting. This is it looks like a lot of ice to me for what I envisioned to be, a more or less normal takeout, but Kevin must be throwing a little down from that. Bit of a debate on that situation as far as is that legal or isn't that legal. It's kind of, most teams do that prior to the shot where they'll sweep behind.
The sweep behind, yeah.
I've always kind of questioned it myself, and then somebody brought it up somewhere. It might have been Tyler Tardy, actually, in his little social media post, who brought it up and kind of questioned it. And I think it depends on how you read the rules and where you read the rules as to what technically is legal and not on that. So Kevin Cooey now with the out turn, attempting to make the double. Going out turn probably so he can get a little bit more action off the shooter. It's got to curl. Got to curl a bunch yet, I think.
Mm.
And that does not work.
Yeah, that back one might still be on, but it's probably third shot, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. If it's in at all, it's third, but probably shouldn't end up mattering, to be honest. But
do you ever just go at the yellow, or do you just go under the guard?
If you're who?
If you're Klima for your last here,
just come right around the yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I do anyways. That's what I think makes the most sense. I don't really think I'd bother going over there and trying to hit that. I think you'd be safe enough, but if it ever tracked a little bit and all of a sudden you took your own out and leave the yellow there, that wouldn't be so good.
Right.
This is just strictly a draw. You may draw on the first end, so as long as he gets past the double range of Kevin Cooey, he should be fine.
Yeah.
So Klima now, his final. Does need to be in the house for sure. And preferably for him behind that guard in some way, fashion, or form here. Not going to get there. That's a massive, massive miss.
Light.
Yeah. And, you're talking 12, 15 feet or something light.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Wow. I don't know what to think of that one. I just, after you just drew for one in the first end and, both sides are going to be used for the draw to the button by one team or the other. So really odd. Really odd.
Yeah, they practiced one a lot, and hard to say what happened. There's not a lot of urgency either. It could have been light too. It could have been narrow as well because it was going to hit the guard all day.
Yeah, might have been both, which actually probably would make more sense, to be honest, because then you might be on a path that wasn't being used so much for that draw to the button, right?
Right. A chance for two here if Kevin can navigate just getting enough of a red, kind of a hack board, just maybe even back line.
Yeah, that's all he needs, just enough to move it a foot. Take a little time to throw this one, or to call this one, but he's just about ready now. So Kevin Cooey with a chance to tie this up after two ends. Throwing the out turn. We think he's trying to throw probably back 12, back line, something like that. Here we go. Got a pretty good size body to unwind there when he comes out, like a uncoils, I guess.
Needs to move over.
Tell you what, this is going to be, he might touch it. I'm not so sure, and he will not. Kevin Cooey struggling here with what for those guys should be pretty basic shots. And Klima will steal one more in the second end here, take a 3-0 lead when we come back after the break.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
We're back here in the third end. We saw Kevin Cooey try a kind of delicate back line hack waiter, trying to score his 2 after a miss by Klima on his last, but a little heavy perhaps, and that led to a steal of 1. So it's now 3-0 advantage for the Czech team here in the third.
Yeah, I think you described that pretty good, Matt, when you said back line hack, something else kind of weight. That seemed to be the problem. They just weren't. They didn't have quite the weight in the ice lined up for that shot.
Yeah, you gotta have both correct, and yeah, something was off kilter there.
Yeah, you don't expect that out of Kevin Cooey for sure. But he's got some work to do now.
Well, if we want to do a reverse broadcaster's jinx, I know in their first game they didn't score.
Yeah.
And they haven't scored yet here. So
holy cow.
Yeah, they lost they played Martensville in their first game and they lost 8-0.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And it could be the lineup different, and you're missing Kark Martin. He's definitely your main brusher as your lead.
Yeah.
Nothing against Aaron Sluchinski, but we were talking earlier, he's been skipping a lot. So
yeah.
We know all about those people.
Yeah. That's a lot of hammers to have, though, and not score.
Yeah.
Over the course of 2 games. Yeah.
That's a lot of hammers to get nothing for it.
A lot of teams playing this weekend with 3 players. Actually, it's I think just a lot of teams played last week, but a lot of teams. It's just the event starts so early, is all. I mean, it's starting Tuesday morning. It's just like, man, you need almost less time to go to the Briar than you do to come to this Bonspiel. So,
well, the schedule's it's unusual for I think a packed schedule to be with a lot of teams that either know if they're going to the Olympics or they don't. They know if they're going or not. And yeah, a lot of things back to back will certainly complicate schedules.
This one's going to touch Stewart, I think. Will he move it right out of play? Kevin jumps on it.
Can't leave.
No, not going to get it out of play and roll perfect to the center. So I'm pretty sure that's not the call, but that was just about as good as you could make it.
Yeah, that's a underline pro side on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think probably with Christmas coming shortly, that those that aren't involved in all of the things that you were just mentioning, probably owe the family a couple of days at home before the holiday. So,
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah. So Sloczynski now trying to throw a freeze into the red one here. As Tyler moves over and creates a little space for Aaron. They'd like to get right to it. And looks like they probably will. It's a good shot. Klima, yeah, he's going to stay on the aggressive side. He threw the guards up. I guess you might as well go ahead and use them.
Wouldn't even consider hitting the open one in the 12-foot at all, would you?
Yeah, well, I would have thought of that possibly, yeah. So Martin Urek. They sneak this by, it's going to be very good as well. And they will.
Oh, man.
Very nice. Kevin's going to keep going with it as well. Figuring he's got to get something else going. That's a lot of red rocks out there, though. Tardy now. Tyler's got a great little series of little clips on social media. If you haven't seen it, try to find them, and they're pretty interesting to everybody, I think. Some people more than others, but I thought they're pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is good because, a lot of, especially people his age, we're talking people in their 20s and early 30s.
Yeah.
They're visual learners, and they consume a lot of video, and it's just how you get the word across these days. So
yeah,
he's very good at it.
Yeah, really good at it. And they're short. Like you don't have to sit there and watch a 6-minute clip or something. They're whatever they are, 30 to 45 seconds or something like that. Probably, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, if that in some cases, yeah. And
That's
some
a
of them
movie for him.
Yeah. And the How to Win series or whatever, there may be about that length, but and very down to earth for all levels. I just think he did a heck of a job on them. And for a competitive, high-end competitive player, he gets the other side of the game too and understands that, it's not all about that level. So he talks about a little bit about how in club curling, like, don't be asking somebody to throw a double peel in club curling because they just aren't going to make it.
Right.
So that kind of thing. And some people don't get that. So here comes a hit. They're going after this yellow one that's in the open now.
There we go.
This is curling pretty hard though. They get a piece. Yeah, they'll get enough, I think.
Look at that roll though. Oh. Just a little too far though.
Yeah, a little too far, but well, Kevin's only got 4 rocks left. He's going to have to start moving a little bit of furniture around here, I think. He's going to run, I think he's running the yellow into the red, the short guard, tight guard. He's still going to have a couple shots before he can get at everything else, but
if you can plant it, it'll be decent.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that worked out really good.
Way better than it was, yes.
Yeah. I thought he was going to the short one, but maybe not. These guys do see things sometimes that I just don't see at all. And I figure I can, I can get most of them, but every now and then it's like, well, I didn't think he'd ever do that.
That kind of forces Lucas's hand here, has to go at shot stone. Can't get a roll. He's going to have to roll the other way, and that's going to leave an opportunity for Cooley to finally generate some points here.
I would agree. I think that radically changes the playing field there. So So Chernovsky here, just trying to get as close to the nose of this as they can, really. Just make sure that they don't jam it on anything at the back. And they'll swing by it. It's a very good
Ooh.
shot.
About as good as you could do there.
Man, I tell you, these guys came to play today.
Klima's still sitting 3. That's a really good thing there to make it hard to score 2.
Yep. But it does look far better. Lots more options than he had prior to Tyler's last shot.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Tons of junk in the middle, but yeah, he can hit and roll kind of almost into that pocket there.
Yep. Well, yeah, it'd be perfect if you could just sit right in between those. Yeah, that's a good shot.
There we go.
So Tyler Tardy, all by himself, almost turned this end around in the last 2 shots. I'm still not convinced the first one was what they were playing, but I don't care. Still turned it around.
The moot point at this point.
Yeah.
It's going to force Klima the other way now. Even if you do go that way, there's not a whole lot of space to get enough weight to push that back. You can bump it a little bit, but you're not killing it ever.
I think the smart shot here is to just sit right on that. Don't even think about trying to move it, unless at the very end it's obviously going to be fully behind. But right now, if he could just sit right on that, that would mean Kevin would have to hit the button to score 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be a little careful here because you could very easily drop 3 or more if you're not careful. Oh, yeah, okay.
It's a matter if there's enough weight there. I think the line's not bad. Might be a tad heavy.
Pretty nice, though.
There you go. Yeah, just stopped in time.
Kind of wonder how he managed to miss that last draw, don't you? Like he's so perfect draws and then like a not so perfect draw.
Hard to say. Yeah, I mean, was it a pick? Was it just yeah, you never know. They are human.
So it sounds like, looking at the chat a little bit here, and Megan, pretty regular Megan Edwards, and some others have come to the forefront to let us know that Carrick's not here due to work commitments. I don't know if that means for the rest of the week or even just this event, but
you can only get so much time off.
Yeah.
I know they've been giving a lot of interviews. Danny Casper, the skip the U.S. team, and he's been saying in all the interviews, how am I going to get the time off of work?
Yeah, I read that somewhere too. Same thing. And yeah, I don't know what the answer to that. I guess at 25 years old, I'm going to say, well, I'll go to the Olympics and figure it out later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know what Danny does or if he's still in school or anything, but whatever it is. No, he's not in school because he's talking about taking time off work. But the problem is at the Olympics time, probably every employer would feel obligated to give that person the time off. There's all the other time it takes to get ready for it.
Exactly. He's got a lot of interviews to do. He's playing in the tier 1 right now. And yeah, I think all these people, you just kind of forget they do have lives and things that they are doing that's not this.
Yeah. So a draw to the button here for Kevin Cooey. I believe trying to just get enough curl here to sit tight on the yellow. But it looks, judging by Tyler's body language, he looks a little heavy.
Might stop for second. Just right there. Ooh, it's close.
Bit surprised that, I guess he'd want maybe to be number 2. Yeah, he is probably number 2. I was thinking that they would take that back a little bit so that Klima couldn't sit on it, but I understand now if you were looking to sit 2. Could just pick the back one off and give Kevin that same draw for 2. That's one option. You can just draw into here as long as you make sure you're not heavy and go by everything. What do you think, Matt?
Well, when you're playing Kevin, you got to make sure that what in-offs does he have left to get a big score. And I think that hitting the back one is a pretty safe call to just give him 2. You're up 3. You don't want more than 2. It looks like they are going to go with the kind of the chase and possibly get shot out of it if they can freeze to shot stone, maybe even bump it an inch.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, if he can get that little bit extra curl in that Kevin didn't get there with that extra 2 feet of weight, and move that a little bit, it may be impossible for Kevin to score. He may find a way, but
yeah. I'm sure he's looking at all the rocks around, saying,
yeah,
what can I use to my advantage? He's diabolical.
Yeah. Yeah, he may do the impossible, but he's done that before. So Klima's final rock here in end number 3, and it's a big one. He has a 3-0 lead, but this shot could make a big difference either way. Seems like he's out there a long ways. Okay, but they're going to have to go for weight too, so.
It's going in nice.
They got to go. They got to go.
Ooh,
big sweep.
That stopped quickly.
It did, but you've got a little room as a sweeper there. Like, I get earlier on. I get when they were out there and still trying to get it to curl that they wouldn't do much, but they could have got that one a little bit sooner, I think. So yellow sitting 1 for sure, and we're just not sure on the number 2 yet.
It does look like yellow.
I would agree. I think yellow's sitting 2 right now as well.
Does matter though. Now that yellow in the top 12 is double guarded. You could play. Could you go red, yellow?
Well, you could. Yeah.
Do you shoot
yeah.
yourself in the foot with that?
Well, I'm just trying to see if there's a way that you could. I guess there's always going to be a way that you could, but that's what they're tapping here. But if you're only sitting 1, then I think you make a play at that. If you're not sure you're sitting 2, if you're sitting 2, I would have a hard time convincing myself that this would be a good shot. But that's because I'm not somebody that would throw a shot like this very often. So and when I did, I wouldn't expect to come anywhere near hitting all the rocks.
Yeah.
So it's but Kevin, on the other hand, is somebody that's thrown shots like this for his whole career. So it won't shot, and he looks like he's going to go take a run at it.
The absolute worst thing that could happen, and I think it's a very, very, very infinitesimal chance, is you could give up a steal of 2. If it goes the yellow goes right through the hole, you could accidentally clip out your own.
Yeah.
But boy, I don't think so.
That would be hard to do. That'd be hard to do with just throwing a rock by yourself.
Yeah, if that happens, it's just not your day.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is here. This is definitely there. It's worth a try.
Yeah. Again, with a chance to break the scoreless streak. And a chance also to get 3. So let's see how it gets along. Tyler Tardy on the broom. Nobody's saying anything, so it sounds like it has to curl. I don't know if it's going to be. No, I don't think it's going to get back far enough. No, didn't even make contact with the second one. That's more like I throw them. Anyway, so they're going to have a look at this. They're probably going to measure this. They looked at it long enough a minute ago that I think it's time to just pull out the stick. It sure looks like yellow to me. It doesn't even really look terribly close.
Yeah, you clear the rest, and they don't have an overhead look. They're looking directly over the rocks, so they're getting 2 different pictures of it.
Yeah.
So we sometimes have a better angle than they do.
Jerry commented it must be windy outside because the overhead cameras are moving. He's right. They're moving a little bit. There, settle down now for the measure.
How gracious of Mother Nature.
Yeah. So we're just going to hold on here until we get a measure on this. This is going to be for either a just a single or a double for Kevin Cooey. So it will be 3-1 or 3-2 when we're done. But we will hold on another few seconds. And here we go.
Again, Klima's second. I just go back to that one. That one is sliding nice, but they just waited a little too long, and that one could have gone in 4-shot, and that changes this whole end.
Oh, you were right for sure. Yeah, there should have been definitely no chance of them not having number 2 at the very least. Whoa, that's almost get you nauseous there. So we can't see where it went, or I couldn't see where it went. So, but we'll find out soon enough here.
Well, if Tyler knows all of the ways we like to watch, hopefully he signals.
So it looks like yellow. Yep. Well done. So, yeah. So after all that, Kevin Cooey does pick up a 2. And he will score 2 in this third end, and he'll go to the fourth now, just trailing 3-2. So a big end for Kevin Cooey. We'll be back to Martensville right after the break.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
So we're back, Matt. We got a little closer affair now after 3 ends playing in the fourth.
Yeah, a lot of rocks in play. It could have gone a few different ways, but again, Klima kind of just coming up to short by about half a foot on his last. That left the opportunity for Cooey to hold on to 2 and kind of a free shot for 3. So he's back in it, and he's finally scored in the Tier 2.
He has. That's good to know. So we're going to we got about 400 people watching this one. We'd like to say thank you all for taking this in, first of all. And if you haven't, you probably have since you're here. But if you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, please do so. Makes a big difference for our analytics and numbers and all that kind of stuff. Stuff I don't totally understand, but I know that it's very important to us. We have 35,000 subscribers, and we obviously like to bump that number as high as we can so we can continue to bring you more and more curling from across the country and beyond.
Yes, I don't think we have any analytics on how many Czechians we have watching, but it is also probably close to midnight where they're at right now. So
right, yeah,
probably some dedicated fans over there. I know a lot of Europeans and Asian fans will tune in to watch their countrymen. That's what makes it so fun.
Yeah, exactly. And, obviously there's lots of reasons for that. But one thing the big difference is we do get to see an awful lot of curling here in Canada. So, but with things like Curling Stadium and now Rock Channel on the Slam circuit and the usual Slam circuit, so everybody can watch a lot of it. So, yeah, we appreciate everybody that takes us in, and the more the merrier, I figure.
That's right. If you are in the chat and you're not, if you're somewhere that we would be surprised at, feel free to mention it, and maybe we can give you a little shout out.
Yeah. So we got a few rocks up. We just kind of talked through the first 4 shots there, which is kind of ironic because sometimes that drives me crazy when I'm watching TV. But and they don't show those shots, So here we have them, and so there's a good shot for Aaron Swaczynski. That's a real nice shot. Looking for the double peel for Klima. I got 2. And that guard is getting pretty close to being high enough that it's not really too much of a factor. Okay, we'll try to split the difference on this, put it probably in the 2 zone. If you're not familiar, you probably are, but if you're not, generally speaking, they refer to the guards in a 3 zone thing. So it's 1, 2, 3 from the hog line to the top of the house. Third, break it in thirds, and that's what you have. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
This one's taking his time getting over here.
A lot of curling to do if it wants to get over to the center line.
Yeah. A little heavy on that, but worked out okay, I think. Be interesting to see what Klima does here. He's going to go after that one. That makes sense. If you can do this with weight that keeps the shooter around, starts to get a little bit concerning for Kui.
Very nice shot.
Yeah, perfect, really.
So Kevin's getting a little chilly on there on the ice. The hoodie's up.
Yeah, he's got the hoodie happening. Doesn't have a lot of hair.
No, never stopped him before.
No, I know, yeah.
I had to look up, you're like, who's that in the house?
Yeah. Tyler trying to put this one a little higher. Doesn't need them rolling another one onto the rings.
Yeah.
That's a good throw. Oh, thanks.
Be interesting if he's trying to go red into yellow. Where does that yellow go?
Yeah, I know. It could easily go right back on the other yellow.
Could go to a red too.
Yeah.
See.
Here. Oh,
watch out. Oh,
got lucky, but
yeah.
I don't know if they were trying to get that to curl or trying to keep that straight, but I thought that it had to curl a little more. Yeah.
You'll never know.
Thanks.
Advantage Team Kui here. They've got the center plugged up. They're not shot stone, but it is accessible if they can, I guess, lock another freeze in there.
Yeah.
Got to get there.
Aaron leaning hard on this one. Not going to get there, I don't think. No. So not as productive an end this time for Tyler Tardy as was the last end. Couple of what I consider probably to be misses at this level, and one made one. Good chance here to get rid of both guards and The only problem with all of that is that at some point Kevin's going to have no choice but to play the yellow in the house,
Mhm.
and he may end up, if he makes a good one, he may end up being able to force you.
Lucas worried about where that top yellow goes to. It might go toward the red. Should go over top though.
Yeah, as long as you hit a half a rock or a little more than half a rock, even, I think you won't have any trouble. But you start to get down to a third or quarter, and you're right, it might well go off the close.
This is. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, that was tricky.
Yeah. 7/8, and it went under.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I didn't think I would never quite figured out where to hit that to make that go underneath.
No.
So Kui guarding again, I think. Unless he's choosing to hit that, but it looks weird the way he is. And I don't think so, because he would have he'd have to take a little ice. So he must be just throwing the guard. Trying to maybe just force Klima to one here, it would seem.
Yeah, he knows this line pretty well, so he should also know the speed.
Well, we've already seen this takes a long time before it goes, and once it goes, it will go very well, but you've got to have still enough speed on it. This is coming a little deep. Ooh.
Freeze on the other side. It's not bad.
Yeah. I think he got away with it, kind of, but he would definitely have liked to have been at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet shorter, I think.
Yeah.
He might be able to skinny this, so he can't hit it on that side. Oh, he's thinking he might be able to take them all. Why wouldn't you hit it on the higher side and pop it out that way?
Yeah, middle one spins, but where to? Yeah, hard to know.
Yeah, the middle one could jam, I agree, and if you hit it, the wrong way, but so Lukas Klima with 2 stones to come here in end number 4 as we approach the halfway mark in this one.
They're giving it a think for sure.
Yeah, I think, everything's just close enough that it's a problem. It says the yellow's close enough to the red, and the other yellow is close enough to the other yellow, and even the red on the outside. So they're all kind of in that area that anything almost could happen on this shot.
I guess if they throw it heavy enough, even if they're not shot by the time this is done, the 4-foot's a little clearer.
Yeah,
clearer, so he has a decent shot to secure his single.
Yeah, it's a very interesting shot call, because I don't think I would think of playing it ever on this side. I would definitely be going the other way and thinking I take my chances on the outside red. But let's see, he's got the weight on it. Trying to hit probably what amounts to about a half a rock on the high side. Don't think he's going to get much out of there. Well, different.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Don't know if that was the call.
So here's an interesting call for Kevin Kui. Do you make a move on this yellow and try to spread your two yellow ones around so you don't give up more than a single? Do you just guard again and try to give up a single that way? Or what do you think?
Yeah, you definitely want to force here. The double, or if you play on your own yellow, you have way less control over where everything settles.
Yeah.
And it could just be a nose double for 2. And with it being the 4th end, I think that the single If he throws almost the same thing, Jim, kind of where it was, and just move it a few inches over so that all three of those are lined up, I don't know how Klima gets in for a second point.
True enough, yeah.
So what were you thinking, Jim, if you're Kevin Cooey?
It's a tough one. He could play the double on the res, but I don't have that shot. So I just think that's a really, really hard shot. Kevin could throw it hard enough to make it, but that second rock has to go a long way. So I feel like I've got to make a play on the yellow and find a way to separate the two stones. That's what I feel like, but and that's probably what I'm going with. I don't like the chance on the guard, because if you ever miss the guard by 4 inches, you're going to give up, a bundle here. Well, not be a bundle. You're going to give up at least a couple.
Yeah, you want to avoid the 2.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what they finally do. It's a tough call, because like you said, you want to avoid the 2. You just got back into this. You just came back from a 3-0 deficit and got back to within 1.
Looks like Aaron is suggesting hit the open one, roll in for third shot. Maybe you get the roll and you touch shot stone, and it doesn't leave a double, which was you don't want to leave him a double. Interesting call.
Yeah.
I get it. I wouldn't do it myself.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you can make it tough enough, then Klima's probably okay with taking a single and going up 2 after 4. Well, he's going after this double.
Yeah.
I think that's that much weight. I would assume that's what he's doing.
Yes.
Well, he's got a nose hit at best. Roll out.
Yeah. Even with that, Jim, the 2 is really tough.
Yeah, I agree.
So that could have been it. Like, let's not make it too hard for ourselves. It's still early-ish in this game. Make him make a really tough shot, and you might even get a steal out of it.
Now, do you think he'll play the heavyweight blank?
Oh, he could.
Yeah.
He could.
This doesn't carry a ton of risk, because you're going to be throwing it hard enough that worst case scenario, it curls up a little bit, you get 1, but you got 1 right now. Getting 2, I think, is a dream here. That's really, really hard. You can go out turn and get 2, but to the edge of the button, but man, that's a hard shot. Might play it though. He is. Okay. Good for him.
Okay. Interesting.
I guess you don't like take points off the board, as they say, and if you played the blank, you're taking 1 off the board automatically. So
yeah. Up 2 halfway through ain't bad.
No.
If you can be up 3 now.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he hasn't missed this one yet. We're just saying it's just really hard in our book. So, and he really has to be careful, because he can't really, can't come on to that yellow one too hard. So it's just a lot of reasons why this shot is real tough. But let's see how he gets along with it. Lukas Klima trying to draw the edge of the button for a second point here in end number 4.
Line's really good.
Yeah, I think you're right. Line is really good. He's in the ballpark.
He is close. Oh, almost.
What perfect weight.
Yeah.
Just couldn't afford to flirt with that yellow one anymore, I guess. So a very nice effort by Lukas Klima, and he will still pick up 1 here, and he'll take a 4-2 lead as we go to the break here in Martensville. Be back right after this.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Play usually.
Yeah. So no worries either way. We don't have any extended break here, so we are back for end number 5 with Klima leading Kui 4-2. Kui now with Hammer playing N5 in a game featuring two teams with one loss, no wins, one loss, looking to get on the win side. Interesting game so far. I think, Matt, it says, been some good shots, been some misses, but that's what makes it exciting too. So,
yeah, that's a couple again shots not too far off either way. In fact, that last end, Klima was just off by probably 3 or 4 inches to getting a second point by drawing to the side of the button. He almost had it, but he's still in control. It took Kevin Cooley a while to sort of get calibrated and start getting some points on the board. So he's got 4 ends to reduce the deficit and see what he can do.
Yep. Speaking of reducing the deficit, just so you're aware, if you're not aware, if we reach the 8th end and we look like we have a potential tie, they do not have extra ends until we get to the playoffs in this event. So they will do a draw to the button for the victory. So if you're watching and you're kind of wondering what's going on and thinking you might end up in an extra end, that will not happen.
And it has changed sort of the strategy of how both the teams play. Like, I think you want to avoid the tie at all costs rather than count on that extra end or try to avoid it. So, you'll do what you can. It certainly changes the shape of each of these games.
It does. So we got a corner up for Team Kui. Slajinski coming around the corner. Starting to move now. And we'll move hard. It'll probably come out the other side here by the time it's done. Tyler Tardy just making sure it gets on.
Oh, yeah. Not lively houses, I'm noticing.
No, you're right. And that was the other thing a while ago when we looked like Kevin was trying to play that double. I wasn't 100% convinced that you're going to get enough action. And I don't know, sometimes that's striking bands, sometimes that's ice, sometimes whatever. But sometimes the rocks are just a little bit too light, to be honest. So, yeah. Anyway, so we got the box, the kind of traditional box set up here. And now Klima's going to go out and put a higher center guard here and see what Kevin does. Front end players on this Klima team certainly have a good handle on draw weight. Putting rocks where they're supposed to most of the time. Suchinski now going to open it up a little. Kevin figured he just got back in this. He wants to be aggressive, but he doesn't want to be silly. Got one, got two.
Pretty good.
Yep. Corner going to go here. Probably try to make both. A little bit to the inside on this rock. Martin Urich. Close. Might have overcurled it. Nope. Beautiful. Well done.
Very good.
Throwing that kind of weight is just so routine for everybody now. It's just it's so odd to me. I mean, I'm well up there, so it's a little different anyway. But it's just everybody. It's like used to be that, yeah, you had a couple guys might be able to do that, but not every single player on the team. And now it's like everybody has to be able to throw that shot.
Yeah, it's nice to have that and nice to be able to count on it. And you know when you are in trouble and when you can do it, when it's not the time, and when you're up two, you know, you can afford to just take those chances there.
Ooh. Wow, interesting. A curl.
Yeah. Okay. Unusual configuration. You don't see a lot.
They do that. I never know quite what it is they do when they do that. It's like we get that it wants to disappear, but what do you want to hit? So he's going to go with the. Interestingly enough, he's going to go with his own, which is closer to being a. Well, I guess it makes sense. Cooey's got an hammer here, yeah. So Chernovsky now will throw a solid weight hit, and this isn't quite as humming as some of the other ones. Will they hold it enough, or will it's going to curl too much?
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
It popped out in the open, though.
It did. Right through that hole. Bit of a bad break. But they're sort of bad breaks, or they're just not. They're just harder to call than people think. They don't make it look like that when on TV, and you know they make it look pretty easy to call those shots. But man, I'll tell you, they're not that easy. Tyler Tardy now, his second here in the fifth, coming right around on this. Tyler's intern should curl, and well.
Decent spot there.
Yeah. Interesting here. You could I have a friend at the Crown Club, and she's mother of a couple of the juniors that I coached last year. She plays a little tiny bit herself now, and when she'd say, why don't you just biff it through that hole?
Biff it.
Yeah, biff it. That's her favorite word, is biff it. Like, anyway, they charge out of it, but you could biff it through the hole and manage to get something here. But
for me, biffing it means something a lot worse, like taking a spill on the ice or.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, all right.
I biff it a lot on my shots.
Yeah. So going right around, I think, on this one, trying to make a play on the one that Tyler Tardy just threw. If he can get fairly close to the guard, he should be okay. Got to get by the guard. You don't want to carve it into the guard.
Oh, boy.
Man, these guys.
Yeah.
Tell you, nice shot. Well called.
Yeah.
It's that you see that sometimes where, once you start carving them, sometimes they're just hard to stop. Like you don't get to say, whoa, that's enough. It just doesn't hear you. It just keeps going. So that's how you got to do it, though.
Yeah, you saw where that one landed too. They didn't even touch the other yellow one. So
no, I know.
Tyler can get this one low and probably roll buried.
Yeah.
Aaron can push it over. And he's doing it just like that.
There you go. So Klima's got himself in a little bit of a mess here. He's only got 2 rocks to come.
Well, now he's got to biff it.
Yeah. Oh, this would be a soft touch. You don't biff the slow ones. You just
okay. Biff is big weight through a hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. The curling glossary is vast, and no one's got it in one spot.
Yeah. It's just a hobby family farm gang that uses this word. I think they're used to getting hay bales and they have to biff them around. I don't know. Anyway, but they're fun. They're such great people. So we always joke around a little bit with her. She just started playing last year and she finishes out. She slides very well, but she spins around at the end of the slide. She's never looking down the right way on the sheet. But she goes, I said, man, did you ever see it finish? She said, well, no, but I can find out after it's done. I'm like, okay.
Someone will tell her.
Yeah, someone will tell me. Yeah.
Did I make it?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not sure what we're doing here, indicating still wants less side. So he's going right through the hole, trying to come right on the one in the 4-foot. And if he can do it right, it could be very good. Probably even get a little tiny bit of an inside flop, although that might be asking for a little much. So Klima lets it go. Looked like he threw it well. On it now for line. Got to get by that top one, and he will. And there's a little tiny bit inside roll. Is that a marvelous shot or what,
yeah,
Matt?
That was wonderful. That's a biff, right? That's a biff.
You biffed that one, yep.
Okay, all right.
Gonna have another look at it. Take it away.
Yeah. So right through there, you don't see a lot of space. Broom's right on the rock. Right out of hand, I think they just try to keep this one straight. And no worry about the guard on either side. And look how much space he had on that yellow one. Oh, just and a little inside roll. Really nice shot from everyone involved.
There's not a lot of room anywhere there on that shot. Now, Kevin Cooey has the exact same shot, and he's just seen it be made fairly easily. So he has an opportunity to make it, maybe even roll back the other way, and could even set up a potential 3 here before it's all done. So
he could roll underneath that red. That would be
a
great spot
exactly.
For him.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Is he off of that red one? Oh, he is. I didn't think he was. I did not believe that was coming off of that rock.
Went through it.
Wow. Tyler's got the big smile going on. I don't think he thought it was going through there either.
High-fived it on the way by.
Yeah. Wow.
So
now what do you do?
Called and made.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not. Yeah. They're little, what do they say in baseball when the boys do the baseball games? Put a little star beside that one.
That's right.
And then one on the one before. Put a little stars beside them both.
Yeah.
Kind of remind me, obviously, I've told the story a few times. People be a little bored of it, but my daughter, when she was playing and she was really young, and they used to throw shots that were it literally had to go through a rock to be able to make it, and they just couldn't figure that out. And that's just for half a second there that reminded me of that, so like it went through there. But yeah, they used to be like, you'd be like, Krista, like, why? How do you think it was going to get there? Well, I was going to hit it here. Like, yeah, but how's it get through that other rock? Well, I don't know. I'm like, okay, maybe we should think about that. Anyway, this is when they're like 10, so yeah. They got moderately better by the time they're 16. So Klima going to give up the deuce here.
Yeah.
Probably a wise decision. He did almost anything else. He ran a risk of a 3-ender. And he had no really good way to stop Kevin from having a relatively simple shot for 2, even if he freezes the yellow, because you're not going to come around all of that and set up possible 3. So Kevin Cooey now must make this one, but it really is just a draw to the paint.
Some very exciting shots in that end, and you breathe, and then all of a sudden it's a draw to the paint.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, so Kevin Cooey will pick up his 2, and we will go to end number 6, tied at 4 when we come back from the break.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock!
So all tied up, Matt. That was interesting. Last 4 shots. The final 2 skip stones were kind of anticlimactic, but the 2 before that were amazing.
Yeah, some powerful shots through a tight port. They were both made, and that just kind of let Klima kind of settle for just letting him have 2, and he's still in control here with 3 ends to go. He does have the hammer, so he still has the advantage here.
Yeah, he's got the old 2 hammers to 1 sort of thing, and controls the even ends for sure. And you mentioned too, like on Cooey's last shot, we mentioned earlier that the circles maybe aren't quite as lively as they are sometimes in some places, and that's certainly the case there. He hit that with big weight, and he hit a half a stone. You would have expected it to fly, but it didn't, and he knew that too when he threw the shot. So, yeah. So here we go, and number 6. I don't know how we're doing for time, but we'll let them figure that out because I can't see it from here. So guard going up for Sluchinski. And play some mixed doubles too. Tyler used to play some mixed doubles. I don't know if he still does or not. Pretty sure Kevin doesn't play mixed doubles. I don't blame him.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a mixed doubles person.
No, it's a lot of running up and down the sheet for mixed doubles. So you got to be feeling like doing that. So Klima's going to ignore these again. Come right around. I don't know if he's going right in or if he's going to try to just put some staggered guards on this side. Looks like it looks like staggered guards. Very aggressive approach to this end.
Double corners there.
Yep.
Better to do, might as well play a tick. You make this shot, you're rolling to your center, get the best of both worlds. Needs to touch it, though. Just touches it.
So Klima now going to try to find a way to start using those corners.
Hit and roll is going to make it tough for him to do that, but with 3 in the house, he probably wants to do this first.
Yeah, I think he's got to be a little careful. He needs to move a couple of rocks around. I mean, you don't want to take one here, but you don't want to give up one for sure. Looks pretty close to a nose hit. Nope, got about a little bit off, but he might throw that a little firmer. Tyler Tardy playing the peel on the corner, and he will get that, roll all the way across.
Not a great setup for Klima here. There's a couple of rocks to freeze too, but you also don't need to try to score your 2 if you feel like this is not the setup. You could always blank.
Well, exactly, yeah. You just got to be careful when you're going to decide that, because if you go about probably 2 more rocks, then you may not have that luxury of flipping the switch, if you will. Coming down to the yellow on the outturn side. This is Martin Urich. Might be a little light. No, maybe not.
Oh. Couldn't tell if that touched or not.
Touched which one? The high one?
The top 12 one.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it just rubbed off the back one a little bit. But yeah, a little bit unlucky there that it did that. But at the same time, pretty darn good shot. Kevin's going to rip this. Interesting strategy for Kevin here. I thought he might be a little more aggressive here in the 6th. Tardy now going to run this red, try to make the red double.
Ooh,
that could be worse. Red now shot rock and with a little bit of protection. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that's going to take a few throws for that red to leave, so it's going to stay there a while.
Yep, exactly. So Marek Chinovsky now trying to hit and sit right there, I think. Yeah, Tyler might be asked to throw this double, or at least close to a double. Tyler can throw it down there hard too, like everybody else. He's left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Going to throw his in-turn at this.
Will there be enough action?
Yeah, trying to get a kick off of that with the extra rotation, the infamous gear effect, and he will sort of make it. Good shot, though. That's basically all he was trying to do. That's about all he could do. Now, Klima could pop this back and maybe not get rid of them, but at least sit 1-2 after this shot. Well, he's going to go after it a little more seriously than I thought he might. Hasn't got a whole lot of ice, so probably somewhere around board weight. Doesn't have to get rid of both yellows. Actually, if you could just touch the back yellow and move it over a foot or so and then have the one at the top of the button go out, that would be a pretty good situation, I think.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm picturing. If he hits sort of what is open, that will probably happen.
Yeah.
Be okay?
Yeah, I think he's going to be perfect.
Oh,
wow.
Look at that.
Is that any good?
He said you didn't have to kill him. Oh, I guess he got one.
I'll tell you, these guys are playing very well tonight. And, no disrespect. I know they're going to the Olympics. They got to be a good team, but
it is fun, though. You hear about someone, you know that they've accomplished a lot, and you finally get a chance to see them, and they kind of live up to it.
Well, exactly, yeah. And they have tonight. They certainly have. They just played really, really well.
Yeah, I think they played it. So they played in the European Championships last month. I want to say they finished like 6th.
Okay.
So that's kind of the tier that they're in right now. So that qualifies. They'll be at the Worlds next April in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So we'll see more of them for sure.
Yeah.
After the Olympics too.
I'm not sure I knew the Worlds were in Vegas. This one's curling pretty hard. I don't know he's going to hit anything here. I guess he got it out, but
I think Las Vegas has had the world men's, I think, every Olympic year.
Is that right?
They had it in, if I'm remembering. I think it was in 18 and in 22. I don't know if that's by design, but they get it every 4 years.
It's interesting. It would seem like, I don't know if there's anything right or wrong about it, but it just seems like a kind of an odd thing to me.
I mean, it is kind of, it's a major event that happens after the Olympics. So
yeah.
You have the Olympics and then you have Worlds. And you don't. Some of the teams do both of them. Some of them choose to, if the countries have the luxury of sending another team. I'm guessing a country like Czechia would probably send this team to both.
Yeah.
So just more experience for them.
Yeah. So Lukas Klima now looking to split the house here. Like to keep this above the tee line a little bit, because if you slide behind the tee line, Kevin Cooley's probably going to come down and sit right on you, and that's not going to be so good. I guess they don't agree with that. They're going to take it back there anyway. Oh, okay, Kevin's not going to play it anyway, I guess.
Well, it's so far back, Jim, that if you do freeze to it, you may not be shot.
Yeah, true enough.
You drawing?
Going right around the center here. Very aggressive call here in the end, number 6.
Yeah.
The option would be, I guess, to hit that number 2 and give up a 2, but that's probably not doesn't feel real good either when you look at the projection for the next 2 ends. So,
oh, these rocks I think if you bury this fully underneath, it's going to be very difficult to dig it out with these rocks and how they've been bouncing. So this might be the call.
Yep. I would agree, actually. Tyler Tardy on his own on the brush on this. Carving it in. That's pretty nice. Might be able to get to it. I don't know if you can get to it with enough weight to move it out, but I think you probably can. He's going to take a shot at it anyway.
Yeah, definitely worth it to try.
Yeah, I think the draw for 1 can't be any easier than the tap for 3. So
Yeah.
Lukas Klima now with what should be probably about backline weight. Maybe a smidge more than that. Towards the Dave Schmell, probably a scooch more than that, something like that. But for now, he's going to try to bump it back at least in the 12-foot. In anything in the full 12-foot, and he'll get 2. A little tiny bit more, and he'll get 3. It's on its way.
Needs to move a lot.
Yeah, he might be heavy. Might be just a little bit heavy. Oh, maybe. And he'll, oh, wow, I didn't think that was going to get over there. Well swept. And a score of, what, 1, 2 for sure. Maybe 3. Looks like 3 to me.
Oh, boy. This is where they've got the much better vantage. We're not going to be able to see this so well.
No. Give him a second.
That was wonderful. That not until it hit the house did it look like it was even going to touch that stone.
No, I didn't think it. And once it got, I thought, no way, it's just not going to get over there. He might get a piece of it. So we're still not sure if he got 2 or 3 there. But we will go to a break, I guess, and we will let you know as soon as we come back if Klima has a 2 or 3 point lead going to end number 7 here.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
So it looks like Klima only got 2 there, but I say only, like, it was a heck of a shot to get 2. So, Matt, it looked for a long time like he was going to sail right by there.
Yeah, they were sweeping a curl that basically third the way down, and he didn't stop. And it didn't look like it had any of that yellow rock until it about got to the 12-foot, and then it just darted in there, got a decent chunk of it, and rolled enough to score the 2. So that was a wonderful shot, wonderful team shot there by Team Klima.
And he was probably only, I'm guessing, half to 3/4 of an inch from getting 3. So,
yes,
yeah, amazing effort, great shot. Klima continues having a great game here. It would almost be a shame for him to not hang on here, but we shall see. We've got 2 minutes to go. Kevin Cooey's not exactly in territory he's never been in before in his life, so he certainly will understand how to manage to turn this from to, how do they say, snap, to take the thrill of victory from the jaws of defeat or something like that, whatever that saying is. Anyway, I'm sure he knows how to make that happen. Probably needs some help, but yeah. Snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Maybe that's it. Whatever it is.
Something will be snatched for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Somebody tells us on the chat that the Men's World are in Ogden City. I don't know where that would be.
That's correct. Thank you for the correction.
Okay.
Utah is hosting it this year, not Vegas. So Ogden is in Utah, which is close to where the 2034 Winter Games will be.
Oh, okay.
So I'll clarify to say the United States gets World Men's every 4 years.
Okay. That's okay. That works.
It's important to keep me honest.
Yeah, I know. Nobody's saying too much in the chat. Just when we make a mistake or something, they let us know,
Yeah,
which is
of course
always good. I'd rather be corrected than go uncorrected and say it for the next 5 days. But anyway, yeah. So it's I used to curl actually when I turned senior. Just curl with a guy named Ogden for 2 years. Very good player. And Slachinski now looking to throw up. I guess he's coming right around. And this is a little warm, I think. And just don't know exactly where it was supposed to be, but I don't think it was back there. Got a pile at the back here.
They're all going back there.
Yeah.
You see that stack of rocks in the top of the house. They're all in the back now.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 5 of them all in what would that be? 4 square foot area there. So second stone, Martin Urich or Lukas Klima doesn't get much time here. I don't assume that we don't talk through his throws.
I think Leeds are used to that.
Yeah. So you're coming right back to the yellow. Maybe right on the nose. Will he just get to the nose? Well, you know what? It looks not bad, but it could have been better. Just they had to just get off that a little bit, let it get right to the nose. I think would have been a better spot.
And really interesting here is with so many rocks in the house. I think Klima would love to try to clear some of those yellows, but
yeah,
they're all kind of locked in there.
Yeah. So we've got a timeout. Kevin Cooey and his squad are going to take a timeout. They are indicating that to the time clock operator, so their time doesn't disappear. Kevin can use a lot of time on his own sometimes. He doesn't need to be having anybody using any of it up. So, yeah, tough situation. Any thoughts, Matt? I don't know. I'm thinking the one yellow is not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is the shot and Klima had a chance to just hit it on their own red, they could clear a couple yellows. Probably not all 3.
Yeah.
And so the initial signal from Kevin was to hit it the other way and roll towards the center, but you're behind the tee line. Everything is behind the tee line. The setup ain't great for him right now.
Yeah, you're right. If that stays that way and Klima hits that red one on the outside, then yeah, both yellows could go for sure. Maybe all the yellows. Yeah.
Is there? Yeah, I hesitate to say you could blank this. I think he'd rather do that and take his chances in the 8th. But there's just so many rocks in play. They don't have to go far, but I think they're just going to run up the center guard here instead.
Yeah, I wonder if he's running this straight back onto the red. I think that might be the plan. I don't know for sure, but Tyler Tardy. Might be curling a little too much. Will it?
Ooh.
He kind of made the shot we said that Klima could
play.
Yeah.
The one he didn't want to make.
Yeah, I thought, you know what? I actually thought, Matt, they might not do that. I thought they might just say, we got to get a rock above the tee line here. So let's just come around that center guard and put one of the full 8 foot at the top instead of all these rocks at the back and then see what Klima did from there. But anyway, I'm also a bit surprised that he doesn't just go get rid of that guard now, to be honest. He's up 2.
Well, you do that, then Cooey has a chance for a blank. So
yeah, I guess he probably does. Yeah, it's a lot of rocks yet, but you are right. These guys can make a lot of rocks disappear in a very short time frame.
Isn't it funny how it's like now the team up needs to put more rocks in play?
Yeah.
Backward strategy. But this has to stop.
Put it back there where the other ones are.
Going downhill.
Well, if you ever needed something to freeze to, this is the end. Tyler's going to throw the intern around the corner guard. Right down to the red. Stone at the back of the 8-foot. If the line's perfect and everything's good about it, he may not take it all the way back there, but it has great finish, this ice. Like, it's no question about the finish.
We have a rock in front of the tee line.
It is. And a draw coming for Klima. I thought he might chase that. There's enough curl that I think he could come around that guard and actually pop that one out into the 12-foot somewhere and be okay. But he's shown to play the same shot Tyler Tardy just played. Hopefully freeze to the corner of the yellow.
Oh, this is heavy.
It is.
That doesn't do you any good.
No. Hard to believe you're up 2 playing the 7th end. You got 5 of your rocks around the back of the 8-foot circle pretty well.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Opportunity now for Tardy to go again. Same shot. I didn't like that last call by Klima. I thought they either have to peel that guard or they have to come around it, make some kind of play on it. If you tick it on the way by, so be it.
They do seem to be, and I'm not very familiar with the Klima team, but they do seem to be kind of a draw first squad.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think they've thrown a takeout in this end.
No,
I don't think they're gonna. At this point, you're gonna need your draws to get out of it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think the scoreboard dictated a different shot on your last one, but Klima has been pretty nice with draw weight, so he can sink one in there. He's gonna make it good though, because there's so many catchers back there for Kui that if there's some way for the red one to go out, the yellow's not probably gonna go, so he's gonna have to find a way in there. Tyler hasn't been bang on for draw weight in this game either. He's struggled a little bit with draw weight. By their standards, anyways.
Right.
So Sweeper's looking to take this to the back one, I believe. The back yellow.
Yes, that was the call. Curl on him.
Just don't chip off the top one.
Right to it.
Wow. That is pretty nice. I think it'll go because there's so many rocks back there. You can just hit it, bang it off the yellow. Well, if it wasn't for one rock that went out of play, 8-ender would still be in play for Klima. Not realistically, but numbers at least would be enough. So Kevin Kui now will play an out turn. Basically, it's a pick, but making contact with the yellow works out quite nicely too. He threw this really hard. Looks like he's okay. He'll be fine. Ooh, he's even going to sit. No, not sit 3, but came pretty close to sitting 3.
Wow. Yeah.
You might want to freeze to that top one now. Yeah. Go to the back one. Kevin might have the exact same shot again, but for 4.
Yeah, again, giving up 2 is not bad here.
No.
And that might be what you're resigned to. The question is, how do you do that? And I think you're right that freeze to limit it to a draw for 2 is probably all he's got left. And it doesn't have to be it could just be a nose freeze. It doesn't have to be a corner freeze.
No, exactly. Yeah, I can go right around and sit totally in line with it. That's fine too. That's why I keep coming back to that shot, and that's why I didn't understand. You got to be approaching this end, figuring, well, 2. I may end up giving up 2, but that's kind of hard to prevent.
Yeah.
So let's just do that. And you had an opportunity to just almost make sure you didn't give up more than 2. You chose not to take it. So
yeah.
So Klima now will play a draw, basically the same shot he just played, only he's trying to freeze to the higher rock this time. So in theory, he'd like to be probably 2 or 3 feet lighter weight. Doesn't want to bounce off of anything. He has impressed me so far with draw weight, though. So this one's got a curl, though. They might have to go by now. Well, that's pretty darn nice. Yeah, I know. That's better than it was a minute ago.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, Jim, I think when you watch as much curling as you and I do, you want to see things that you typically don't see. And I believe that was a team up 2 in the second to final end, and they threw 8 draws.
Yeah. Well, you are right about that. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. 8 draws, imagine.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job
Man
counting those.
after my own heart.
Yeah.
You get that read out.
Well, that's what I'm just sitting here wondering. I'm not 100% sure how. And Aaron's not giving us any help here because everybody was already down there. They don't need to tell anybody what they're playing. I don't know.
Long yellow run back probably clears it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's making some sense now. It wasn't making a lot of sense when they were back there and thinking, I don't know what they're going to play back here.
For a couple.
Kevin, not wasting any time.
Close. Oh, goodness.
Holy cow.
That's
for 3?
3?
We'll decide here a second.
That looks like 3.
And it is.
Oh, wow.
So Kevin Cooey out of nowhere, and that'll be a lesson to Team Klima. No disrespect, guys, but they just left an awful lot of rocks in play, and Kevin will do that every now and then and picks up a 3, and we'll take a 1-point lead to end number 8, but Lukas Klima will have hammer in the 8th and potentially final end. I guess it will be the final end no matter what. So we'll be back right after the break.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
So, in number 8, after a spectacular run back, something or other, double, triple, or takeout by Kevin Cooey, to put a 3 on the board. Just a great shot. I'm sure that Klima thought, like I did, that he was pretty safe after his last shot. He made a really nice draw, but was not to be, Matt.
It was an end that really kind of started a little strange with a bunch of rocks in the back of the house. You had Tyler Tardy, just kind of a disastrous shot, kind of clearing most of their yellows out of play. Looked like a force, and then all of a sudden, some missed draws, some made draws. Klima made 2 perfect freezes, and Cooey just had one shot. He had one shot to stay in this game, and he got bang on 15-foot run back for 3 points. So just exactly what we expect out of him.
Yeah, unbelievable. So you are watching the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open's Tier 2 event here in Martensville, Saskatchewan. You are also watching on Curling Stadium and the Stadium Sports Network, and we thank you for doing so. Pretty good crowd tonight taking this one in. It's going to be an exciting finish. It's been an exciting game, really, and as Matt said at the end of the last end, that the Klima team played 8 draws in that end, and it wouldn't be very often you see a team that had a 2-point lead playing 7 play 8 draws, but it almost worked out for them. So down 1 now, but they have had a good game, and they certainly are by no means not in a position to win this. Reminder as well that we do not play extra ends. If it were to end up tied, we would have a draw to the button for the victory. Both teams sitting in 0-1, so it's a big game for whomever wins this.
Team Klima also needs to be mindful. They are, looks like 1:06 left on their clock. They do have a timeout, but they're going to have to be careful as they have to generate 2 or 1, but can't run out of time here.
Wow, 1:06 for Klima? Wow. Can you read the other one? Can you read Kevin's?
Kevin's got about 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
Oh, that's
and no timeout.
No timeouts. Okay. I got to get a bigger screen or something, or fancier screen or something to be able to see that, because I can see the numbers. I just can't make them out. Anyway, thanks for that.
A big screen plus bifocals.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I can tell you, though, 1:06 is not long by anybody's thoughts, especially when you're trying to figure out a way to score 2. Mind you, the first few calls shouldn't be that tough. Key here is for the players that are next up to be ready. It really should only take, for the first 4 rocks at the end, at least they should almost use 0 time. Like it should be probably 3 seconds or 4 seconds max to be able to make it. So, or to be able to throw it.
Big wall of guards there for Klima to try to wrap some guards under there, or some counters there. This one's deep though.
Yeah, a little heavy on this draw. That can happen when you get yourself in a time situation where you're trying to rush. It's sometimes hard to ensure that you don't get going a little too quick. So Tyler Tardy now playing the same shot, coming right around.
Also help for Cooey to play the hurry-up offense, something he's familiar with. Doesn't need to do it, but it is going to force the other team to hurry up even more.
Yeah.
A little gamesmanship.
Tyler going to help out with some sweeping here. So good spot there, a little bit deep. Nothing's been a perfect that often today, but everything's been close. So big shot here now for second stone, or third stone, sorry. Chernovsky's first shot. We're already this far through the end. Wow. Need to lock this one on pretty good, because this could get difficult if they don't.
Lose its speed there.
Want to get right to it. Right to it. It did lose a little bit of speed there.
Ooh.
That could be bad. That one you could afford to have been a little bit heavier, not so much throwing it, but sweeping it. Because if you did bounce it a little bit, it wouldn't have been the end of the world.
Right.
Kevin's Saul's the hoodie now, so he's he's into it. Tyler's throwing a guard. Klima and the boys better be thinking about this next shot because it's not going to be necessarily an easy call. And he has to score. He doesn't have the luxury of giving up one that Kevin Cooey has. He needs to make this double peel here if he's going to play it. Actually, he could do that. Don't know why you would. If you run the yellow over the top of the red, you probably get the red going back in the right direction, and who knows what could happen.
That could be the call.
Yeah, but I don't think it is. That's the problem. I could be wrong, but I didn't get the sense that they were looking at that. Well, it got better than I thought they would have out of that. They might have got shot rock by the time it's all done.
Oh, yes, they did.
That's too funny. That wasn't what I had in mind, but it kind of ended up with the same thing.
Interesting. They're going to have to deal with shot rock.
Yeah.
They can't deal with both rocks, I don't think. No, they can't.
Not unless they really thin it, if they wanted to take the chance of doing that.
Tick, tick, yeah, tick.
Like a tick.
You could.
Yeah.
It's an all or nothing shot, really. But then that leaves, even if you do that, leaves an open hit for Klima and then roll under the cover, and then they're sitting two.
If you hit, maybe if you hit the red that's on the button, like just on the inside, so that it actually, you kick off and hit that red, then you're going to sit two yellow, and there's might be a double, but there might not because it looks like it might jam on the back one. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I like nose for him for this shot. Can't talk about it too much. I don't think they have a second timeout, Jim, do they?
Yeah, well, they have two in the game, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Then Cooey's got one, yeah, because he's running... And then Klima's got two timeouts, so they're probably fine. So
yeah.
Because Klima's down to, looks like about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So they're fine. Okay.
So I don't know what Kevin settled on here. I don't see this being a guard, I don't think. I think he's going to be bumping that red one back, but I'm not positive. I guess he could guard the red one that's in front of the yellow one.
That's not a bad idea because then there's really no way for Klima to sit two after his first.
It'll be very, very, very difficult.
We're just going to have to wait and see what he throws.
We are. Wow.
Get off the guard.
This is definitely going to hit the guard, isn't it?
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh, boy.
Wow, wow, wow.
Chance to sit four for Klima.
That's just not a shot you expect to see from these guys, man.
So that was the attempt at kind of the bump.
Yeah.
Just push it back to the back four. I don't think he needed to be that aggressive. I guess if you're playing for the avoid the shootout, then you needed to do that.
Yeah. So Klima's in the middle of a timeout. Looks like they have a coach out here, coach or fifth player, one of the two, out to see them, but he didn't get there fast enough. He's going to be. He'll get a chance to get cooled off. So I would suspect that the call is to bump the red on the yellow maybe flop a little bit towards the center line. Make sure that yellow one goes by the red at the back.
Yeah. And I think the one you're hitting is going to be shot stone when this is all done as well. And you can't leave them. You're throwing a triple somewhere.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I was going to say that. Yeah, you got to be really careful with where you leave this because Kevin could, like you say, they're going to be sitting 4 red here in a minute if they make it right. So, but Kevin could take them all out in one shot if they're in the right place, wrong place, whichever way you want to look at it. This is going to be good for removal of the yellow. I think he's pretty safe as far as Kevin getting rid of everything.
I don't see a triple.
Well, yeah, I was going to say I don't really, but I don't necessarily don't. You know what I mean? The yellow one causes a little grief, but if that yellow one wasn't there, I could see how you could come off of the way he can throw it. You could come off of the red and roll out. So they obviously must be out of timeouts because they're looking pretty hard at the clock here.
I mean, Jim, if you knows that what I would assume is shot stone that's open, then they're sitting 1, and that forces them to make a shot. But I don't know what else you can do. Yeah, you're down to 45 seconds, so you got to do something.
I think you've got to make it difficult, at the very least, make it difficult for them to, if you can't get everything, and I think you can come close, but if you can't get everything, make it as difficult as you can for him to remove your stone to get that second point, which still I think is hard. I think they're all hard here. It looks like he's playing a completely different shot that we didn't even think about.
No, it's off the red and inward to get the roll. This is a 1 in a million shot.
Yep. Yeah, so hitting it ultra thin onto the one that's 3/4 in the button and roll a little tiny bit. Let's see what happens.
Here we go.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, closer than I would have ever got. So Lukas Klima with a very good game, really. Whether you can debate a couple of shots here and there, but I thought they played very well, and they come away with a victory over Kevin Cooey by a score of looks like probably 8, maybe 8 or 9-7. I guess we got on the board here. So he will improve to 2-1. Cooey drops to 1-2. Matt, a very, very interesting game, I thought.
Yeah, 2 different styles, I think. This is, again, 2 teams that didn't really know each other all that well, haven't played each other. So Lukas Klima can say that he's never lost to Kevin Cooey in his career.
Yeah.
So congratulations to them.
Yeah, there wouldn't be very many could say that. So I've never lost to Kevin Cooey, but that's that's her. So anyway, on behalf of myself, Jim Nix, Matt Sussman, and we've got Matt and Kaylee on the cameras today doing an awesome job as always. Thank you very much for watching. Reminder that we do have a game coming up at 8:30 between Christina Black and Kate Cameron that we will have commentary for. Sean Joyce and maybe somebody else with him. And we will look forward to seeing you back here for the Tier 2 Championship at the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open in Martensville tomorrow, or tonight if you're here. So thank you. Bye for now.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online any